Hit the ground running, hit the ground running. Hit the ground running, hit the ground running.
Yeah, now bring the action.
Ooh, ooh.
Come on. Now.
Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
Now.
Give it to me, give it to me. To hear you shout.
Bring the action.
And it is time to talk handball again, everybody, live from the final day of the EHF FINAL4 2024. And we couldn't be more excited. 130 games are played, 2 more to go. And, well, Budapest is getting ready for the final day here. And if you are not, we are getting you there. I promise you that, because this is the best quadruple that you will get today. Led by the Queen, Miss Germany, lifted the trophy with Viborg twice, lifted the trophy with Gjør. Her name is Anja Althaus. How are you?
I don't find the word. I'm so excited. I can't wait that the game starts.
And then we have it on my right-hand side, the man who chose another name than his regular last name because it was too boring for him. He chose Madness and we chose him. Today it's not Martin Wonstrup, today it's Martin Willstrup. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm super good.
I love it.
But we spoke about you need to introduce me first because coming after 2 Champions League winners is always tough, you know. When
That's why I'm putting you in a sandwich.
yeah, okay, thank you. I like the introduction though. Credit to you once again. Thank you.
thank you.
You are doing a great job there.
And I mean, loyalty has a name, loyalty has a face, and loyalty has 3 Champions League titles. Loyalty is Victor Thomas.
I really love where is this going today. You started on top, so it's gonna be difficult to just keep this level.
But I need to be a little bit charming to get us all in a group mood here.
You were so focused yesterday with this word games, and today you started amazing. I love it.
And the fan quiz as well also.
Shut up, Martin. Shut up.
You're gonna do this also today again?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
We will.
Hey.
So just going through the rows, and everybody who is joining here will be having the chance to get another ball. But at first, yesterday was the media get-together. How are you today, guys?
Pretty well.
Good. I think we left pretty early. Not like you.
I left early, but I went to Budapest.
No, he used the time to be creative now for the introductions. I think it was very well.
I wasn't sleeping a single second tonight, just to be introducing you guys in a good manner. That you deserved it. No, but how was your evening yesterday?
It was.
Bad. Really bad.
It depends on who you're cheering for. We watched some other sport in TV, some small sport in TV, and then we had some finger food and just a good time together. I think the evening was pretty cozy and it went well.
The gathering and the company was nice. What happened on TV was not nice at all.
Yeah, well, Wembley Stadium wasn't nice to Germany and to Barca fans maybe as well. But well, Wembley Stadium doesn't matter today because what matters is the MVM Dome, and we're having a blast today. So at first we're starting with the bronze medal match that you predicted, so perfectly fine. We're having Metz against Esbjerg, and then later on we're watching the final. We're watching Gjør against Bietigheim, and we couldn't be looking forward to it more. And from a player's perspective, maybe, how do you start into a day when you're playing the final at 6 p.m.?
Well, I think the players yesterday also told me, like, and we met some players before we went here, they was like, the day is too long, they just want to play now. So the same sentence I listened actually also yesterday. I asked them actually how they slept, and they was like in some period, so waking up, sleeping, and I think everything it's going on in your head, like what happened actually on the day yesterday, but also what will come today. So, and I think Victor, you know that there's this adrenaline and everything makes you that you cannot sleep. So actually, it's kind of good that you have a little bit time because you will have a good power nap before the match probably, and the players are from their head. Everything is going on, and you just can't wait to start the match.
Yeah, when do you start actually to get into the tunnel? So when you really start to focus on the match and blend everything out, what's happening on the side?
I think it depends a little bit on the routines of each player. Some of them, they like to wake up, have breakfast, and then after that maybe they start to analyze themselves with the footage that the staff bring to the players. Some others, they like to just take a walk, disconnect a little bit, don't think about the game. It depends. It depends of each player. But as Anja said, I'm sure that all the players try to recover as fast as possible the physics for today. But of course, this adrenaline from the game and then celebration in the case of Bietigheim and Gior, it's not letting you sleep. So it's suddenly 2:30, 3 p.m. in the 3 a.m. in the morning, and you're still awake. So.
Yeah.
I think the annoying part was always, you need to sleep now. You need to sleep.
Yeah.
But it's not possible. But Ante Doll actually told me, like, I can sleep after. It's not a problem.
But actually, you have been talking to a lot of players again. At first, we need to ask, were you able to get some breakfast, or did you lose yourself in talks again?
Today. No, today I skipped it. I go to lunch. I used more like to talk and to see them, and yeah. It's also like, which is fascinating on this Final Four. It's like, you know, yesterday we saw all the players like, and all the teams like exciting. You know, like everybody couldn't wait how things going. Today it's a different atmosphere in the hotel. You know, you're seeing like two teams totally happy, and the other two teams like trying to get up. You know, like it's and then you became a different atmosphere. And this is like kind of interesting to see. You know, like, and to feel it, because you know it how it was a player, but also then when you're seeing this from a little bit outside. So it's I think it's always very interesting to be in the hotel.
Yeah, it's two devastated teams actually that they have been fighting throughout the whole year to be here and to win, and you realize it's very fast that after 60 minutes it's done.
Yeah.
So yeah, Anja is right. The atmosphere in the hotel, the first 2 days, because they arrived a little earlier, and after the semifinals, it's a completely different one.
Yeah. Who was who actually did you talk to in the hotel, and what was the general feeling that you got from the players?
Well, I talked with Annemette Hansen actually before they went. So she was just like, actually, the feeling was from her like, okay, I saw, of course, she's totally disappointed, but also like motivated to go. And we just spoke about like there are not many words to share right now. Just like I give her a big hug and say, take it, because it's in the end, this is like a game you want to win every game, and this is like happened. And also Metz, they know that this day yesterday it was the worst match in their season actually.
It's very difficult to pronounce her name, but I spoke with Luise Burger.
Burger.
Yeah, and yeah, she told me the same, that they are very disappointed, and yesterday they had a bad performance, especially in defense. But today they are gonna give their best to try to be the bronze
yeah, but this is
medalists.
also what you're trying to do. Like if you are here, you know, like you don't want to go as number 4. You know, like, and this is like it's not a good match to play, but still there you want to prove that you can make it here. You know,
It's
so
a horrible game to
yeah,
play.
it is. I have played it, so it's like
Me too.
it's this is like it's really not an easy match. But that's why it's also great that you have like your fans here. And already Martin maybe was speaking, like the Metz fans came here inside and was really we just like in the same moment we actually say they're motivated, and this will help the players as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean,
Sorry to interrupt. It's horrible game to play until the first whistle
Yes.
of the referees, because then when you are here, when you are on your kit, you just want to win, you know, and then you forget about the rest until the last minutes. If the game is very close, then they will fight until the end. But if the game is not close, then one team is just going to lose it.
Especially also Esbjerg being here 2 times before and finishing 4th. I think it's a tough match to play, but they should especially, you know, be a little bit more motivated to get the bronze, because 3 times in a row finishing 4th would be
Losing against Metz, actually.
Yeah, true,
Yes.
true. But yeah, it's just from you know, a wider perspective. If they make it 3 in a row, becoming 4th, that's a tough one.
But do you
Obviously,
not
it's
think
also
it's
tough
also
for Metz.
some mental what is going on? I mean, like in the end, it's like you know, I think a lot of things goes on in the head. You know, like, and
For sure.
this is something like, can this also happen now today in the match if it's again like not a good start, or like they started good, then they had a really bad period, and then to come up again there, because then you have like this. Shit, not again. You know, like this.
It's different point of view. I think it's very mental, but which team do you think it's facing, mentally speaking, this game in a better position? Because Metz, it was like very disappointing the way they lost, but also Esbjerg with the last shot, having the chance to even the game and maybe go to the extra time.
It's tough.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
it's
what to
like-
think.
It's the team that can, quickest get over the disappointment from yesterday, because obviously Esbjerg and Metz wanted to be in the final. So, and Metz were in the favorite kind of role, where Esbjerg probably had a more equal game before the match against Gjør. So who can quickly get over the disappointment by not being in the final, and then try to make it for the bronze medal match? Yeah, it's a tough one, but as Anja said also, when the Metz fan came in, it's like, okay, maybe if the players, they are obviously aware of it, but if they're not 100%, then see how much it means for the fans and also for everyone around the club. Okay, it means something to become third over fourth, obviously.
Actually, while we're talking about it, we do have the highlights from yesterday prepared, so we can show you them as we are talking about the matches. It was 2 exhausting matches for the losing teams, but on 2 completely different ways and 2 completely different manners. So, Metz losing in the favorite role by 7 goals, and then on the other side, Sandra Toftshaven for Gjør the victory by 1 shot. It was dramatic. It was absolutely dramatic. We're starting to have a look here at the Metz against Bietigheim game, and to put it here in a positive way, Bietigheim probably played the best game of their season yesterday.
One of the best for sure. I think that if we speak about yesterday games, we have to talk about the goalkeepers. Before both semifinals, we were analyzing a little bit what could be the key factor, and in both games it was the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Sandra Toft and Gabriela Moreski, they were both crucial for the teams to go through the semifinals. So I think today it's going to be very interesting what happens in the final.
But when a ball like that goes in, you also get a feeling like, okay, today's the day.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, for Metz, Sacco had a couple of those where she had it, but almost it bounced back into the goal. And there were some crucial moments, also the one that we're seeing now, because they could equal it here. But Moreski, saved that one. There's another episode where Metz gets 2 minutes suspensions, penalty awarded for Bietigheim, and it's about going -1. Then quickly in the other end is -3 instead, and then you have a 2-minute suspension, and that's the momentum in the game, mental in the game. But yeah.
But it's very interesting because in that game that we are watching now, the center defenders of Bietigheim, they did a great job, Kabagasama, Dulfer in the center, and then Kudlach and Xenia in the sides, making that the wings of Metz had to shoot a lot of times, and Moreski was enormous from that position. So it was very interesting to see how the defense of Bietigheim was helping the goalkeeper.
And I feel like it's really insane to see how they couldn't even believe what they have just done. So Bietigheim,
I get a little bit goosebumps by just watching the
100%.
pictures. Yeah.
100%. And I mean, especially if we're looking at what they have done in the history, I think their best result in the Champions League was the playoff round. They never made it to the quarterfinals. Then coming in to Budapest here for the first time and straightly making it to the final. Just how unbelievably they watched up to the video wall, and they were like, oh, well, is this really happening? It almost seems like they didn't even think it's possible that it could happen that day.
Well, to be honest, like I actually spoke also yesterday with the guys from Bietigheim, and I like watching them for the last 3-4 years, like the way how they stepped up, and for me, really like watching they stepped up like year for year and learned out of their situation, especially like in the last season, they had like this moment where actually the crucial moments what they had where they fell apart, where we in Germany speaking all the time like where we are not called enough or we have this easiness, what we are missing also in the national team, like in the moments where you need it, where you need this winner mentality. And somehow Bietigheim got this season. So I think like the former coach make a great job already to put the team together and really like the system how they are playing, and really you don't find really a superstar there inside. They are really, everybody knows their role and they are just playing their role and they are playing this together. But now they got something which I see the first time now for a long time in a German team. So, and this was also yesterday. They went the hard way. The way to the FINAL4 to Budapest, but I think this was making them even stronger now in this situation yesterday, because in the crucial moments they didn't lose themselves. They just keep easy going. they still had a smile on the face
Yeah.
and believed it, and the whole team believed it, and doesn't matter who came inside, just performed. And then it became this match suddenly where everything goes for them, where for Metz nothing goes anymore, and for Bietigheim goes everything. So
I would say we analyze Bietigheim when we are talking about the final.
Okay.
Or do you? Can you keep
No,
your
no, yeah, I
point?
can keep
I
it,
think
yeah.
it's better if we have that talks a little later on. In the chat, we already had the question for some predictions, and that's where I would say we do it with you guys. We have a look at our predictions from yesterday. Let's see who's still in it, and let's see who is Martin. And on the other side, yeah, you guys can put it into the chat who you got winning. So just give us your ranking. Who will finish first, second, third, and fourth? Yeah, well, Martin, you're...
So I'm the only one who like stuck with the one that I predicted before the season. Is that what you're saying? Everyone else changed it?
yeah, probably.
Yeah, no.
so
I just hope Bietigheim win, because then nobody's gonna, tease me.
fair enough, fair enough. So it's the three of us going for Björn.
I gotta say that the one who is closest to get everything right is Anja,
It's definitely Anja.
because
So,
Xenia yesterday 10 goals.
yeah.
Stine, maybe
Yeah,
not the best game ever yesterday, but it's still her, and by her name, the situation. If she makes a very good game today, it can be the MVP,
Yeah.
and Gier can win.
Yeah, I think they do have the blueprint over the MVP trophy already, and they just need to engrave it. But yeah, Anja's predictions are looking sharp. On our side, the top scorer, Sarah Buktic.
No,
Well,
it's not going to happen.
yeah, it's not going to happen, especially because Anja predicted it. So Anja said it will be a tough matchup for Sarah Buktic, and it ended up being that.
yeah, what to say? I was right.
You have to say, I told you
I
guys.
told you.
I
told
told
You
you.
just have to start to listen to me. Come on.
Yeah, just start to listen to the woman in the round, and
But
then
in the
you guys
end,
will
you
be
know,
happy.
so amazing that she is, but she is also still very young, And there was also situations yesterday in the match where in the season she made this goal like easily, and then she had like really a rough start where she had like Mogashi take her ball, and this was, and I think there you could see like also on her like, oh, she was struggling, even like she came back, but this was not the same performance like from the I don't know how to say, from the confidence, like what she was playing the whole season. That's why I'm saying like it's different in the final four.
She had a very hard time to actually grab the balls.
Yes.
When in the other games she was doing it, yesterday somehow Bietigheim managed to not let her grab the ball, not let her rotate and take goals or 2 minutes or penalties. And this was crucial.
But this was
at
also
the
a
end
problem
of the
for
day.
Metz, actually, like that they could not play this what they are used, the space what they are getting automatically, also from the backs, because a lot of focus on her, like to not give it. Bietigheim was really playing good defense, and like we spoke, they tried to break the connections there, and they really did. It was really physically really hard.
I was about to say it seems like they analyzed the situation with Metz pretty well, because there were a couple of situations where Metz couldn't go through the defense in Bietigheim, and then they just had a tendency to play the ball into Sarah Buktic, and there was 2 or 3 players there. I think Kelidolfo was doing a great job with working with Sarah before she got the ball, so she didn't have the advantage on her. Maybe there was a couple of times it could have been a free throw, but on the other hand, it's a EHF Champions League semi-final, so great job for them. But I think she's also ready for a revenge today, also Sarah Buktic. So let's see if Esbjerg can do some of the same stuff that Bietigheim, they succeeded with yesterday.
But I mean, is it maybe exactly that what keeps Metz away from the entire peak of the world, that they are lacking a plan B?
I think yesterday, watching them, I will repeat myself all the time, I'm a fan of body language, but actually for me yesterday, all of them lost it. Like in one moment, the bench, like in the moment where you still have time, but they didn't look like that they have a plan, like to step up out of this situation. And there you need even the coach, I think he really was helpless, in one moment, from body language, they tried, but it was nothing that you can say that you try now something crazy. I think in this moment you need to try something crazy.
Yeah, I think that they were trying, especially in defense, changing to 5-1 at one point, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
The defense was not good yesterday from Metz. All of them are admitting that, and then the goalkeepers, they couldn't help. So actually, I think that the defeat yesterday of Metz, it was basically because of their defense performance.
But it's also like whenever you change to 5-1 or something like that, you quickly want it to succeed. But Bietigheim just played a ball into Gassama, and then Carolina also went through a couple of times. But also a little bit for me yesterday, the depth within the squad of Metz, it's not like Christina Jørgens made a couple of technical mistakes. It's not like they can change her.
Yeah.
Or change, they can put Alina Greisels in, and then whoever can they put on the field compared to, for example, Gjør. For me, they have more players on the bench that can go in and change the game and the rhythm. But yeah, yesterday there was something about the body language, but they were also struggling and chasing. I think Burgård had a great body language, but besides that, you could see that the others maybe, they knew that Bietigheim was on top.
Yeah, and I mean, we have been talking about Bietigheim lacking a clear top star within the team. What actually helped them yesterday? We talked about Metz breaking in the defense yesterday, and today they are faced with two top-class world stars with Nora Merck and Henny Reistad. Is there any chance that they got rid of the problems they had yesterday in defense?
Yeah, there is, of course, because they know how to do it. They have shown that during the season, and they have a good team that can defend, and Metz, they said yesterday that they couldn't run the way they do it. Actually, in my opinion, they run a lot, but if they say it, it's because they couldn't have this rhythm that they like. And today with Esbjerg, I think also the physicality is going to be a huge part of the game, so yeah.
It also has something to say with running, because if the opponent scores every time, then you have to do the fast middle, which they also tried a couple of times with Chloe Valentini, but maybe that's something to do. I also thought they tried running a lot every time they had the chance, but if you don't succeed in defense, it's hard to have those counter attacks, and also putting pressure on Bietigheim, because they can just run back and then stand in defense.
But also the problem was, I think yesterday there was a lot of technical mistakes, which I'm not so much used to see in a final, in a semi-final, in both games.
Yeah.
Especially, but also from Bietigheim side, but also from Metz. Remember, there was once going the ball, Bietigheim lose the ball. Like Kelly just make like this, boom. And Metz play the ball also lose the ball. This is it was for me crazy to see. It was I think really a lot of technical mistakes, which
simple
they are also
mistakes.
Simple mistakes, which you're in this moment also where you see it's not the normal day because you usually don't see this on this level so much.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about technical mistakes, we can have a look at the other side as well, because especially that start into the match, it was completely wild from both sides actually. So Esbjerg didn't find a good start. Still, they led by 5-2 before they managed to give that game out of their hands. But yeah, a lot of technical mistakes from them and from Gjør as well. You were predicting already a nervous semi-final, and that the semi-finals usually aren't the prettiest games. So there are rarely any games where you look at them and be like, oh well, this is the elite of handball, just because, well, there's so much on the line and you want to go that last step to the final. Can they play up a little more freely today, just because that pressure maybe even is gone?
Yeah, probably. I mean, of course, what you have to lose now. I mean, you don't have so much to lose anymore. The only thing what you want is to prove to yourself to go out here as number 3 and to make this up for your fans. Because also to coming here is not that easy, and to having this big support from your fans. Of course, you feel also this you want to give it back, and I think this is your biggest motivation. And automatically the pressure goes a little bit back, and the motivation even more to prove it comes even more out. I think it's possible.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then another topic that we had yesterday with both teams actually were the goalkeepers. So, well, we just saw the highlights once again, and there were 2 or 3 balls where Hataru Sako in goal, she actually even touched the ball, but then it still went past her. But on the other hand, Esbjerg didn't have the luckiest day when it comes down to goalkeepers either.
Amalie Milling came in and had 3 saves on 9 shots. I think that's pretty acceptable, but Anna Christensen didn't. She struggled, and me and Victor also spoke about it at some point that they needed to change. And yesterday we spoke, was it too late? So yeah, they also need to put up a performance today. Camille Depousset also came in from Metz and she was not even close to saving any balls. So it's probably two motivated goalkeeper teams today, but it also has something to do with the defense. It's not always all about the goalkeepers, you know.
Yeah.
The defense has to put up good conditions for them also to succeed. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think, Esbjerg was struggling on the right wing and the right back position. I think Minko had succeeded a lot of times to go to that space wide on field, and also Bruno de Paula in the second half. They got a couple of penalties, so they need to speak about what they want to do over there, give more space to the wing or what they want to do.
Talking about the goalkeepers, we can talk everything we want about the games, about defense, about everything. But if you look at the history books,
You need the
Final
goalkeeper.
Four, the winner is the one with the best
Yes,
goalkeeper
with the goal.
percentage.
It is like this. Finish.
Period.
It is like it is.
In women and in men.
Yes.
So in this weekend, the team who has a better goalkeeper percentage is the winner.
And the goalkeeper is there at the moment. It's fact. I completely agree.
So where do you have to put the money if you are a sports director of a team?
In the goalkeepers.
The goalkeepers.
Yeah, that's it. Who do you expect starting today for Esbjerg? Let's start there, because Millen came in and you said it. She had a decent game, going for 3 saves out of 9 shots. But yeah,
I believe Anna is starting, but also because she had a great season before yesterday, and it's not like one game is going to decide the outcome. But I think Anna is going to start. I also said earlier that she's pushing for the national team. Obviously, it's hard to argue for that with Sandra Toft pull out the performance she did, and Anna Christen didn't have her best day. But overall, throughout the season, Anna has been very good in the Danish league. But we also know Champions League is different, so I think she has something to show, and also want to show it because Jesper Jensen is there. And the players also want to give a great farewell for Jesper Jensen. It's the last match of Jesper Jensen's history in Esbjerg for 7 years. So there's a lot of motivation.
Yeah, we're coming to Jesper Jensen in a bit, but let's at first stay here at the goalkeeper's position. So you expect Anna Christensen to start, and I mean, yeah, it wasn't her best game yesterday, but I personally feel like it's normal when you're a 23-year-old woman just with your second, or already with your second EHF Final Four there. One really has to put some respect on that as well. And Victor, you do have a players agency as well for goalkeepers. Having a back game in a crucial moment, that's part of the process, isn't it?
It is. It's a very sometimes unfair and difficult position to play in because you feel so lonely. Everything you do is watched by people, you know, if you save or not. So I think it's a very difficult position, mentally speaking, to play. I agree with Martin. I think Anna is going to start, and I think that Sako is going to start for Metz. But if I would be the coach and only thinking about what happened yesterday, I think the Milling deserved to start.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. From the performance perspective, that would be it. We are at 14:30. There's 30 minutes to go until the game starts, and the players are getting prepared on the court. Do you guys want to have a look around? Do you want to catch some insights from the side of the court? That would be great. So just go grab yourself some microphones and Florian, and then we will see what we can get from the side of the court.
Let's do it.
Sweet. And the two of us, we can have a little talk about Jesper Jensen and his legacy that comes to an end at Esbjerg, because, well, it's been 7 years. It's been 5 losses in Budapest so far. Still, he won the domestic league and the domestic cup. Do you think Jesper Jensen needs a victory today to, at least have won something in Budapest to have a good legacy in Esbjerg?
I think that nothing will change if his team loses or wins about his legacy in Esbjerg, because I think that the job he has done in Esbjerg is really good. So the consistency to be here year after year, that's very difficult. And we all know that once you're here, everything can happen.
Yeah.
And the way sometimes they lost the games, it's very hard.
Yeah.
It was very hard. But of course, I think he needs a victory for not for himself, not only for himself, because of his players, the way they work during the whole year, and of course he wants to finish this stage of his career in an important place like Esbjerg for his career as a coach with a victory, of course.
And I mean, what was missing for Esbjerg to take that last step? Because if we're looking at the last years, when we're looking at the teams, the players, they were good enough to reach Champions League finals. They were good enough to win Champions League titles. You have the EHF World Player of the Year with Henning Reistad in your own rows. You have Nora Mørk, who has won 6 Champions League titles already. So I don't really see the point what was missing.
The small details, I think. I think that Team Esbjerg had, as you said, the roster to come here and to win, but it was small details, and it's difficult for me to say one thing. But this goal yesterday from Breistol, that it was not going in, it was in the crossbar. This was a very small detail that maybe it could have changed the whole semi-final because the moment was crucial. So it's hard to say. It's sometimes the sport is unfair, but it's the way it is.
It is the way it is, but we want to see how the mood is like at the side of the court. It is good when it comes down to Anja Althaus. Over to you. Is she ready?
Oh,
Yeah.
We're here dancing. It's because we're listening to the Danish song team Esbjerg.
Yes, which he don't know this song.
Yeah.
But we are trying to learn the song. So now we are going again, our beloved, wait.
Yeah.
So
Try to take you through what's happening here on the
Yes.
sideline, and just to show you some pictures, you know, around the arena, and yeah, just you know, all the media coverage that is here, the players, and just the stands in general. Where I don't know if we said it enough, but it's an amazing arena.
yeah, it is. I really love this arena. Even
Yeah.
yesterday evening when we went out from here, how the arena looks like in the evening.
Yeah.
From outside, it's just amazing. So we can see actually the hall is starting to filling up. Like the Metz fans, of course, are here, Team Esbjerg fans. But also Gür came inside with a big boom.
Yeah.
And yeah, Bietigheim is also already here, so it's getting interesting. So
And also-
maybe we just can make a sneak peek here
We can
at the
quickly
court. Yes.
enter
We
the
are-
court once again
Hi, we are here again. So
to have a quick look
Yes.
here on the field where
look,
the teams are warming up.
The bench is focused already. Like the teams are warming up. Are on the goalkeeper warming up Metz right now. And yeah, for me it's very interesting to watch the benches already. Maybe our cameraman can show the bench.
Yeah, you can have a little bit of feeling about the, you know, just sense it. How much do they want it today? How much do they
Yes.
want the bronze medal match? You know, it's not what they hope for. Obviously, they're disappointed to not be in the final, but you know, who has that little bit extra will and little bit of extra motivation to get this bronze medal? And we can also sometimes feel it in the warm-up, you know.
Totally.
On each other, you know it yourself from when you've been playing. It's like, hey, are you there? Are you there? You know?
But if you can see, I don't know if we can catch maybe some moments now, just like you see how they are clapping to each other, like every clap is kind of a motivation.
Yeah.
You know, like just like, hey, I feel you, and yeah, and also now it's special if you see like Esbjerg is warming up in the corner of Metz, so even there you feel like.
Yeah. I mean, like if you're a top player and you're not motivated to play in this arena, and the biggest stage is what they train for the entire season, you know, bronze medal is still a huge thing to achieve.
Definitely.
And we spoke about it earlier also, you know, with the history of Esbjerg becoming 4th 2 times. Metz been here before, had a bronze medal match, but you know, it's those little battles within the history, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Maybe we should continue, because at the moment the Metz corner is having a party.
But they are louder than yesterday, or not?
Yeah. But
one
Esbjerg
thing I
fans-
want to show, like this red butter, I always love to just put this butter actually. Like I think this is like but she's like no. Go.
So
let's continue.
I think we should go over and try to see, because we spoke about it also in the studio, that if we're not, you know, if we have any doubts about who's motivated, who's want to win this one, if we look at the corner from Esbjerg, they look sad. If we look at the corner from Metz,
This is incredible right now. Just feel, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we can nearly not understanding each other.
that's why we're yelling.
Yes.
That's why we're yelling, you know. So
Sorry for yelling, but it's really loud.
so let's go to Team Esbjerg here and see the corner from them, and also maybe you can feel it and see it also back there in the arena here. That it's not the biggest party at the moment they're having.
Yes, I mean, yeah,
All sitting down. Hopefully, whenever the first whistle comes, they're gonna stand up and be ready.
definitely. But also what we didn't maybe show yesterday, here's the corner. Here's the corner where the players will come out. So this is the players tunnel actually. So, which is also like very special later where you're coming out and going directly here to the field.
You know, all the surroundings around this arena and the event is the best of the best, you know.
Yes.
So whenever they enter the arena, it's like, oh, I think you have the same thing. I wish I could do that one more time. Maybe you're thinking that, like.
For sure, like really in this moment when I'm at the Final Four, I really think I want to play these matches again because this is where you train or dream of your whole life. And really it sounds crazy, but to run on this field, it's a special moment for the welcoming and also to listen the anthem of the EHF. It is such a special moment. It's really, really special.
Maybe move a little bit over more to the corner where they are celebrating a little bit. I don't know if they're celebrating, but they're having a blast.
They're having a blast.
It's the last day of this big event, and they're giving it all and trying to show the players that if we're giving it all, they should do as well.
Yes. So just let's enjoy the blast. Wow!
We even struggle to hear what each other are saying here because
I think we just like for a second just enjoy it.
Yeah. You know, that's also what handball is about. And I just feel like this is also what it's all about, you know. So suck it in. If the players don't have the motivation, look over here and they will.
I love it. I really, really love it. I think this is also the spirit what we just need. Like, I mean, it's just amazing and it's so loud.
And sometimes within the fans, it's a battle who can be the loudest.
Yes,
you know.
Actually, but I think right now,
Metz are winning.
Definitely winning.
Metz are winning outside the court, so I think we should go back maybe to the guys in the studio and we will join you.
We are getting problems with the year here, so let's go back to the guys.
Bengt and the guys. You are the guys. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, great impressions here, and it's even greater to see that the Metz fans, they are still there and they are still hungry for the bronze medal. And you can tell me about it, but you do get that energy down on the court, don't you?
Yes, of course, you do it. And as I said, it's a very difficult game to play, mentally speaking, until it starts. You know, when it starts and you are with the kit on, you just want to win, you know, and you know that all your family and your beloved ones are in the stands supporting you, and you just have to give the rest, you know, and now obviously you feel the energy that the people in the stands is giving you.
Yeah, most definitely. And they did come a long way. It's good to see that they are already here. Let's hope they stay for the final too, because I mean, you do have tickets for a Champions League final, and then of course you do want to watch it. So we'll see. But yeah, it's great. I like it when they all come in the same color. We see the whole arena being green and white. We see that corner being completely yellow. We're seeing that corner being completely red. And yeah, Bietigheim going for the all-white jerseys in the audience. Yeah, it's good to see. But yeah, it's time to have a look out for this matchup. I am interested in hearing your opinion. Who's going to take home bronze?
It's always difficult to predict. I'm gonna go for Esbjerg today. I'm gonna go for Esbjerg.
Yeah, I'm having a feeling about Esbjerg here too, because well, I just can't get it into my mind how they lost 5 out of the last 5 matches here in Budapest, and I do feel like that streak is about to come to an end. And they already lost 1 bronze medal match to Metz, and today, I don't know, I felt very insecure about the Metz defense yesterday. And today with the super quick Henny Reistad and Nora Mark, I really feel like this is going to be the X factor. The Metz defense is open enough for them to go through. We will see a more high-scoring match than yesterday. I am pretty sure about that. So we are going to get the 30 goals on each side, and I'm having Esbjerg winning.
Esbjerg winning?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, okay, I can guess that you were talking about how many goals and the predictions. Well, when Metz plays, it's going to be a fast game. Yeah, Esbjerg's winning.
I go with Metz.
You go with Metz just to go against us, or?
Yeah, but plus until now I was right.
Yeah,
fair enough.
That is completely fair. But here in the chat, you guys can predict here with us. And yeah, on the other hand, we have in Esbjerg the top goal scorer of all times of the EHF Final Fours with Henny Reistad. She is at, I need to look that up real quick.
57?
Isn't it 60?
It could be more. It might be more. I mean, it might be more.
Should we explain? Should we explain, Anja?
Okay, I'm standing to that I'm sometimes taking my blonde card. Okay, please.
Anja was analyzing this chat that we have with the media team about the top scorer of all time of the EHF Final Four, and she was like, how is it possible? Henny Reistad, 65 goals?
Yesterday?
Like 65 goals in the Final Four? I said, yeah, she played more than once, you know, the Final Four, and you are adding goals every time. Okay.
No, I was just like, you know, sometimes I'm thinking too complicated, and then that's what I'm saying. I'm making joke out of myself, so I'm standing to this, so I take my blonde card, but I was missing a little thinking piece, and Victor was so friendly to give me this. And it just like clack. Oh yeah. So now I was a little dumpy Anja again.
A lot of options open in her mind. You know?
Too wild sometimes.
Yeah, fair enough. How about the bronze medal match? Is Sarah Buktit going to have a difficult bronze medal match again?
No, I think today it's getting better.
How many goals from Sarah Buktit?
5.
5 goals. All right. I say top scorer today of this game will be Henny Reistad. She will be adding a lot of goals to her 65 goals. She will end up at 73 after this weekend. She's going to score 8 and takes home Esbjerg. Let's do some quick scores here as well. So the scoreline will be Victor Thomas.
Let's say 35-31 for Esbjerg.
30-28 for Metz.
All right.
Okay. 32-29 for Esbjerg.
32-29 for Esbjerg. I'm going to go for a 33-31. So we are going to see a lot of goals. But in the background, the guys are leaving already. We're having a lookalike cam. Maybe we can we have the lookalike cam being brought
I love
into?
it. I love it.
It just, Anja told us before that we also was live on the camera where we did like like that, and we didn't know.
I gotta say that one time I was in the lookalike Jumbotron. Do you know who was?
No.
David Beckham.
Come on. Come on.
I love it.
No.
What are you laughing? Why?
Real Madrid player.
Yeah,
Real Madrid.
Manchester United as well.
Okay,
you know?
okay. That is okay. So it's okay for you.
So
I think you look more like
With
Carvajal.
David Beckham, I'm okay.
You look like Carvajal.
So actually, we should make like a quiz for the fans to make like who we are looking like, you know, like
fair enough. And then who of us is looking the most like David Beckham? And if they don't say Victor Thomas, then they're not getting anything. But you guys are getting a great game, and just go on the TV guide on EHF.com. So over there you can see where you can watch it in your country. If you're in Germany, for instance, you can watch it on Dine or DAZN. But anywhere else in the world, you guys can watch it. We are going to watch it from here, and that's where we say we see each other again in between the games when it's time to talk handball again.